All right, what's going on, guys? I have a real estate and stock video for you. I want to talk about what is happening. Some new data came out for real estate and house flipping in particular. I want to talk about that. The next week we got for real estate data, and then why it's even leading me to want to make a play here on the stock market. So, one, you guys know why I'm interested in house flipping. I flip houses, and this data just came out. So that's Zillow right there. But let's actually go to the house flipping data. So this data here is from, it's the Axiom survey searching. They do all sorts of, data survey stuff, national mortgage news. You could get sources everywhere like this, but they did a study and, well, not a study, they take the data, and what's came out is that pretty much profits for flipping a house have dropped to 2012 levels. So it hasn't been like this. I think it's not that big of a difference. And what they're talking here is the average. So, and how they compare this, and this is what is kind of a startling number, is that they're comparing the house prices from that the amount of houses sold in a quarter, but then how much it was sold for. So they're only taking the sales price, is what I'm trying to say. So it was $68,000 was the high a few years ago, or about 2-3 years ago, in 15 and then 16, and then now it's 63,000. So it's a $5,000 difference, but again, that's just the sales price and the profit. I posted that video maybe 2-3 months ago, longer than that probably, when we did one of our latest flips. I post 5 videos a day, so there's a lot. You'll have to go through it, but I'm sure you'll find it if you could even search TTF real estate house flip, something like that. But we made 55,000 net profit, and that was a wholesale actually, so that wasn't a house flip. They actually just listed the home recently, so we're going to see how much they make. But pretty much this is dropping, and now it's leading to the question, is house flipping dead? And that is one thing that it's interesting. And going back, I've said this in my other real estate updates, talking about just the market in general and what I'm expecting. It relates to the stock market data I'm looking at, and it's China. And there was recent data. I can't pull it up right now. I'd have to search for it, but I remember seeing about a week ago, it was related to the amount of inflows from Chinese buyers. And I talked about it briefly in one of my videos, but essentially that's what I think is putting some of that pressure on, the market, which is making it harder for people to flip. And now the issue that they've talked about in this survey is, or that when they asked people even recently and what they're expecting, is that margins are coming down because home prices are still high, but the time it's taking to sell is hurting their margins, and now even the materials to get it, with stuff like tariffs, believe it or not. So it's an interesting market. You're still able to profit out there, and honestly, for me, we're not taking opportunities unless it's there, because really I think the issue is the price people are paying. And this is what happened in 04, 05, 06, 07, is when people are willing, they're flipping, and it's really speculative when they're willing to buy at high prices. And it's the people who are willing to flip anything, like the guy who honestly we wholesaled it to. I don't know how he did it. He has it up for sale, but there's no way he's, unless he remodeled that whole house for $50,000, which I would be shocked if he did, there's no way he made more money than we did, which is crazy. So, but again, how we got that wholesale is showing in this market, people are still willing to sell. And now that people are seeing a slowing real estate market, you can get deals out there, but to really flip it, house flipping is dead at the level of paying a lot of money for these homes, or even your 70-30 rule, you might have to throw it out the window. It has to be really good condition or something, to the point where you have to be very, very conservative with your margins right now with house flipping. That's just, I think that has to be said. But I don't think it's dead, because people are still willing to make deals. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of people needing cash, and I'm about to offer on one house in LA, and the situation was, this guy's foreclosing, so it's worth like 5.5 million. Now, I think we might have to put work into it probably, but even if we could get it and sell it at 5.5 million, the real question is, It's going to take, how long will it sell? We'll probably get maybe 5 million, 4.5 if we want to get it. But I told the guy, dude, I'll pay you like $2 million cash. I'll wire it. That's it. But that's the sort of offer I'm giving to people. I just got another one. It was like 1.4. And I said, dude, I'll give you like 600 grand. It's like, and even then, I told him 600 grand, or honestly, depending on if you owe more than that, I would just give it to the fucking bank if you're really about to lose it. You could try to, because he's been trying to sell it and it's not been selling. So that is what's happening. But if you could get the deals, I think it's there for the wholesalers. Again, now that deal we wholesaled, I think the market's just as hot because with these profits are still high, it's showing people are still doing it. So, I think it's kind of euphoric, and some people are still ready to do their wholesalers. This could be your market, and you could really get in there and flip to these people still trying to flip at kind of near the top in this next year. And this is something, the Google trends on how to flip a house. They're, comparing it to 2012. It's pretty much reaching, that point. But you guys know how I am with technicals. It's interesting to see how it is. It's definitely not 04, 05 yet, but you could see, and I think it's funny, we have the TTF real estate course, and, and I'm telling you guys this is how the market is. I could be biased probably telling you this, but I am thinking it is dead at a certain degree. I think the rules are changing. That's stuff we're updating within, telling people within the course and stuff. And I'm excited though. At the same time, this is the markets where the people, I'm as fucked up as it sounds to say, God bless, this is the washout that we need to get rid of some of the people and get rid of the people who weren't really serious, just, throwing darts. So it's awesome. But I think there's an opportunity if you guys are ready. The philosophy doesn't change. However, you see the liquidity and eagerness in the market, you could be a little bit more patient. It's kind of like sniping the options. Now, that's that. But let's go to some of the data coming up. Pretty much, I believe it is on the 19th and 20th and 20, pretty much coming into next week. That's why this week is going to be important, but next week is going to be a lot more important. And now that doesn't mean we might not see volatility, but pretty much we're going to see, I think, starting Monday, we're going to get mortgage rate. That comes out every 2 weeks. We're going to see that tomorrow for real estate. I don't think it'll have too crazy of effect, but Tuesday, pretty much coming into the rate hikes now, we're going to have building permits released, housing starts, and we're going to get retail stuff on, I think, this Friday. But this data now it's going to be very, very interesting, simply because all of this, the next 3 days, all affect real estate. So this is going to be now your building permits can drop the market, and we've had a really bad market. And actually, maybe I should probably make this in, I guess we'll finish this, but building permits are, that could really be bad for, you'll see how Zillow's stock is and stuff. But if the market was slow this last quarter, and if that number reflects again, this could be a very, very bad for Zillow and the market. And then if there's a surprise with rates or anything like that, then the government shutdown, Zillow's pretty vulnerable, and it's been kind of just staying here. So I already hit it at this short. I missed it today. The puts are expensive. I do not have a put position in it. I don't believe so, at least. Let me double check. Nope, I do. I have an old, but it's a graveyard, so it's literally worth 10 cents now, $10. But I want to add more to this at one point when it gets cheaper, or see what I could find. But I think this will be a good one in the next coming days, even just with the market in general. But that's what's going on. And Zillow is kind of in this mix with the wholesaling, flipping, and all that. So we'll talk more about this. I think I'm going to make this in a whole nother separate video for you guys, because I was just realizing that I was like, maybe we should talk about it, leave this on the house flipping. But if you have questions about flipping houses, real estate, let me know. Again, this is stuff I'm doing both in conjunction with stocks, real estate, and even monitoring this data and information is important to understanding, just what's happening with the economy and where things are going, all the way down to like the dollar and all the other stuff you hear me talk about and look at. So I'll leave it there. Love you guys. I am going to be busy today, so I'm going to stream on my drive to San Diego. So instead of posting 5 videos, I'm going to have to probably post this, see if I get another one, but then I'm going to drive to San Diego. So hopefully you enjoy that. I love you guys. Stay in school. Peace.